The Tale of Thunder and the Forbidden Star. Once upon a time, in a bustling African city surrounded by golden savannas and glittering skyscrapers, there lived a boy named Thunder. Thunder was 14 years old, with bright eyes like the morning sun and a heart big enough to hold the whole world. But Thunder's life was filled with secrets and shadows. He lived with his stepmother, Mama Sefu, in a small apartment at the edge of the city. Mama Sefu always smiled in front of people, but behind closed doors, her heart was as cold as the mountains. She made Thunder do all the house chores, scrubbing floors, fetching water, and cooking meals. While her own son, Kwame, played video games and ate all the sweets, Thunder often went to bed hungry. One night, something strange happened. Thunder was cleaning the tiny balcony when he saw a bright star fall from the sky. It wasn't like any other star he'd seen before. This one was blue and sparkled like diamonds. It landed on the rooftop of the tallest skyscraper in the city, the Tower of Light. Thunder held a whisper in the wind. "Find the star, and your life will change forever." He felt a strange pull in his chest, like the star was calling him. He decided to tell Mama Sefu, hoping she'd be kind for once. But when he told her, her eyes turned sharp, and her smile vanished. "You will forget about that star, Thunder," she snapped. "It's forbidden to go near it. If you do, something terrible will happen." But Thunder couldn't forget. That night, as Mama Sefu and Kwame slept, he packed his tiny school bag and left. The streets were quiet, lit by orange streetlights. He knew the journey to the Tower of Light would be dangerous, but he felt braver than ever. A mysterious encounter. As Thunder walked through the dark city, he met a girl named Ayo. She had a small drum slung over her shoulder and eyes that sparkled like the moon. Ayo was a street performer, traveling from one corner of the city to another. "Where are you going so late, Thunder?" she asked, her voice soft yet curious. "I'm looking for a star," he whispered. "A blue star that fell on the Tower of Light." Ayo's eyes widened. "I've heard stories about that star. They say it can grant one wish, but only to someone pure of heart. Will you help me find it?" Thunder asked. Ayo smiled. "Let's go together." The tower and the truth. Reaching the Tower of Light wasn't easy. They crossed busy roads, snuck past barking dogs, and climbed fences. When they finally stood beneath the towering skyscraper, Thunder felt his heart race. The star's blue glow shone faintly from the top, like a secret waiting to be uncovered. As they climbed the stairs inside the tower, Ayo began to hum a soft tune. Half drumbeats echoed in the empty hallways, giving Thunder strength. But just as they reached the rooftop, they heard a familiar voice. "Thunder." It was Mama Sefu. She stood at the doorway, her face twisted with anger. Behind her was Kwame, holding a flashlight. "I told you to stay away from that star," she screamed. Thunder stood tall, his fists clenched. "Why do you hate me so much, Mama Sefu? Why don't you ever want me to be happy?" Mama Sefu's face softened for the first time. A tear rolled down her cheek. "You remind me of your mother," she whispered. "She was kind and brave, just like you. But she left me with nothing but pain. I thought, if I made you miserable, I'd forget my own sorrow." Thunder's heart ached. He had never seen her like this before. "You don't have to carry that pain anymore," Thunder said gently. "We can make a new start. Together." Mama Sefu looked at the glowing star. "Maybe the star can heal what's broken," she murmured. "The wish." Thunder, Ayo, Mama Sefu, and even Kwame stood in a circle around the star. Its light wrapped around them like a warm hug. "What will you wish for, Thunder?" Ayo asked. Thunder closed his eyes and said, "I wish for love to fill all our hearts." The star shimmered brightly, then disappeared into the night sky. In that moment, everything changed. Mama Sefu hugged Thunder for the first time. Ayo's smile grew wider, and Kwame promised to share his sweets. From that day on, their little apartment at the edge of the city became a home filled with laughter, kindness, and music. And Thunder, he became a storyteller, sharing the tale of the forbidden star and how love can heal even the deepest wounds. The tale of Thunder and the forbidden star continued. A rift reopens. Months passed, and life seemed to settle in their small apartment. Mama Sefu, true to her word, tried to change. She smiled more often, cooked meals for everyone, and even started helping Thunder with his school projects. But old habits die hard, and sometimes shadows of her anger would creep back. One evening, as the family sat around the small dining table, Kwame slammed his fork down. Thunder always gets the best food now, he complained. Ever since that star, everything is about him. Mama Sefu sighed. That's not true, Kwame. We're all trying to share more. But Kwame wouldn't listen. He stormed out, leaving everyone in tense silence. Thunder's chest tightened. Though the star had healed many wounds, not everything was perfect. Ayo, who often visited them, noticed Thunder's worry. Sometimes, when you fix one thing, another problem shows itself, she said. But don't give up. Love is like a seed, it needs time to grow. Thunder nodded, but deep down, he wondered if his wish had truly worked. The mystery deepens. One night, as Thunder lay in bed, he noticed something strange, a faint blue glow from his school bag. He quickly unzipped it and found a small fragment of the star he thought had vanished. It pulsed softly, as if alive. Why are you still here? He whispered. The star fragment shimmered, and a voice filled the room. Thunder, your wish unlocked love, but not all hearts are open. One remains guarded. To truly heal your family, you must uncover the truth. Before Thunder could ask what it meant, the glow faded. He knew this was about Mama Sefu and her lingering pain, but he didn't know how to help her. The next morning, he told Ayo everything. Together, they decided to dig into Mama Sefu's past. A journey to the past. Ayo and Thunder visited the elders in their neighborhood, hoping someone could tell them about Mama Sefu's life before she became a stepmother. They met with Mama Zawadi, an old storyteller who lived near the market. She wasn't always this way, Mama Zawadi said, her voice like the rustle of leaves. Mama Sefu had a daughter once. Her name was Amara, but tragedy struck, and she lost her child. That loss hardened her heart. She feared love because she believed it only brought pain. Thunder's eyes widened. She had a daughter. Mama Zawadi nodded. Amara was your age when she disappeared. Some say she got lost in the forest beyond the city. Others say something darker happened. Thunder's mind raced. Could this be the reason Mama Sefu treated him so harshly? Was he a reminder of the child she lost? A dangerous discovery. That evening, Thunder confronted Mama Sefu. Why didn't you tell me about Amara? He asked, holding the star fragment in his hand. Mama Sefu froze. Her eyes filled with tears, but her voice was cold. Who told you that name? I deserve to know the truth, Thunder insisted. Maybe the star can help us find her. Mama Sefu's face twisted with fear. No, the star has done enough. Leave the past where had begun. The trees were tall and ancient, their branches forming a canopy that blocked out the moonlight. The deeper they went, the colder it became. Suddenly, they heard a soft humming. It was faint but familiar. Following the sound, they came to a clearing where a young girl sat on a stone, her hair glowing faintly blue. Who are you? Thunder asked, his voice trembling. The girl turned, and her eyes were the same as Mama Sefu's. My name is Amara, she said. Thunder gasped. You're alive. Your mother thinks you're gone. Amara smiled sadly. I was lost, but not in the way you think. The star saved me and kept me hidden because I wasn't ready to face the world. But now, it's time to return. A family reunited. Thunder and Ayo brought Amara back to the city. When Mama Sefu saw her daughter at the door, she collapsed to her knees, overwhelmed with emotion. Amara, she whispered, her voice breaking. It's me, Mama, Amara said, tears streaming down her face. Mama Sefu hugged her tightly, as if afraid she might disappear again. For the first time, Thunder saw pale joy in her eyes. Kwame, who had been watching from the hallway, slowly joined the hug. Ayo smiled, and Thunder felt his heart swell. The star fragment in Thunder's pocket glowed one last time before vanishing completely. Its work was done, a new beginning. From that day forward, their home was truly whole. Mama Sefu became the loving mother Thunder had always dreamed of. Kwame stopped complaining and started treating Thunder like a real brother. And Amara, with her wisdom and kindness, became the heart of their family. Thunder and Ayo continued their adventures, sharing stories of hope and courage across the city. Wherever they went, they reminded people that even the hardest hearts could heal and that love, when nurtured, could overcome any pain. And so, Thunder's wish came true, not just for him, but for everyone he cared about. Kindly subscribe for more interesting African folktale story.